I'm Will, and I'm going to talk to you guys today about Russian thief tattoo culture, which is something that not a lot of you probably know a whole lot about, so hopefully you can learn something today. Russian thief tattooing is kind of like a particular subculture where Russian culture, criminal activity, and tattooing kind of blend together. And this became like really, really big during the Soviet era in Russia because they were sending a lot of people to jail, not just for criminal activity, but also if you were a dissident against the government, they would send you to the gulags. And inside there, they learned to have a way to be able to talk to each other without actually using verbal communication. So the tattoos ended up becoming the way that they would talk to each other, and you would be able to tell the story of your criminal activity or your time in jail without saying anything. Since there's obviously, I don't know if you guys have ever seen any, but guys are covered in tattoos from head to toe, and the women. So obviously there's more tattoos than we have time today. So I picked a couple, picked 4 kind of examples of things. So hopefully you can get a kind of general idea of what these things are all about. So I took some time. These are all actually from medical logs. All these tattoos are drawn from medical logs by doctors of people seeing people in jail between 1930 and 1990. 1990, once the Soviet era ended, kind of criminal tattoos kind of ended at the same time. This is called a warrior's grin. So it's like the most popular Russian thief tattoo. It has a lot of elements that are super popular in Russian thief tattoos, like animals, weaponry, and then abbreviations. So the top thing there is just kind of like, it's basically saying like they're going to kill snitches. It's kind of the same thing, snitches get stitches kind of thing. This down here, in Russian it says mir, which is actually the word for peace, but in the abbreviation means that shooting will reform me. So like by killing people, they're actually becoming better criminals. So it has, this one's like the most popular one. It's used a lot just because of the imagery, and it has a lot of the symbols. It's kind of like step you into what the art of Russian criminal tattoos are like. On the opposite end, this is Misha the accordion player. This is also another popular tattoo, but it's meant to be a bit more lighthearted and was really popular up north where there were a lot of bears and stuff. So, like I said, not everyone who was sent to jail because they were hardened criminals and were born into that like Russian mafia life. A lot of them were just people who did not agree with the Soviet government and communism in general. They got convicted of crimes like hooliganism, and this was like the most popular hooligan tattoo to kind of like symbolize like, yeah, you were in jail, yeah, but it's not really like you weren't out killing people and stuff like that, which is a good thing for others people to know, and a kind of a bad thing at the same time. Next one here, since there's a lot of tattoos, but this is very indicative of Russian tattooing, is hand tattoos. There's a lot that you can do with the hand tattoos. So this top, I'm going to start at the top and work our way down. This top 5 points, which like, I don't know, you can see like American people getting these 5 points now. It's kind of popular with like yoga culture almost, but it's very, very specific. In Russian tattooing, it's probably the single most popular tattoo, and it means I was in the zone being prison, gulag, kind of same thing. So like, this kind of stuff's important when you're getting like, if you want to get a tattoo, like, and you run into the wrong kind of people, they might think that you are a Russian gangster, or they might get mad about your Russian tattoos. So then again, this next thing, which is the abbreviation above it, stands for Beat the Jews and Save Russia, which is actually pretty important because a lot of the anti-Soviet people were fascists and were very, very into Hitler. So these SS bolts, and that looks very Nazi German, it's because it is. When the Soviets took over, all of those fascists who were from like Italy or like had influences from Italy and Germany, they all wound up in jail. So there's actually a lot of Nazi symbolism inside of this Russian tattoos. Going down again, these crosses above the knuckles symbolize like how many times someone's been in jail. Across the knuckles is basically where they would put like your rank or like things that are important. Like this guy, he's an important young thief, and like one of these ones symbolizes that he was actually born in prison. So his mother and father were both prisoners their entire lives. He's been a prisoner for his entire life. And then us up here, which kind of looks like a club if you play cards, that's the thief symbol of the sword. Another like probably like the second most popular tattoo. Like every person would have different tattoos that symbolize different things, but all of them would have those 5 points in those swords. That's just kind of like the base. And then across the bottom of the knuckles is his name, is this guy's nickname, which is Vaga, and then the year he was born. It's also a pretty popular thing to do, is to have your name tattooed on your hands. Which I think, I believe I found is like kind of like almost an identification kind of thing, where they would like, in case you died, and like the gulags, because it was hard work, you know. And this one's the last one I want to show you guys. This isn't a super popular one, but it's very indicative of the dissident culture. So this is kind of like a parody of the communist system. So on the top and the bottom it says, "The joy of the farmer from the Argo Gulag, the honorable worker of socialist labor." And then across the side it says, "Glory to the Communist Party." Basically what this one symbolizes is like the Soviet worker will have given everything to the Communist Party. So then all he'll have left to give is his bones. So the only thing he'll have left to give to the party is his bones. He doesn't have any skin, meat, muscle, or any food or money or anything. So basically, that's just like 4 quick examples of like the big parts of Russian thief culture and their tattoos. There's a lot we couldn't discuss because there's obviously, I mean, if you have someone covered in tattoos, they'll have these thousands of tattoos, even possibly hundreds of thousands of tattoos, but these are the ones that kind of give you an idea of what the whole culture is like. Hopefully it kind of like sparked your interest. Maybe you want to learn more about this kind of tattooing or different other kinds of tattooing as it gets more popular.